A group of whistleblowers is calling on the U.S. House Committee on Oversight and Accountability to launch an immediate investigation into alleged widespread corruption, unethical practices, and a culture of silencing dissent within the District of Columbia government under the leadership of Mayor Muriel Bowser. Fueled by a decade of escalating whistleblower retaliation complaints and lawsuits, these allegations paint a picture of a significant governance crisis that has cost D.C. taxpayers millions and has eroded public trust in the city's institutions. D.C. whistleblowers are often the most dedicated and loyal public servants, simply seeking to correct an uncovered problem we're legally bound to address, yet face harsh consequences such as wrongful termination, intimidation, defamation, and even threats to our safety. "All we want is to excel at our jobs," stated Marlon Ray, former DCPS Director Strategy and Logistics, who alongside a co-plaintiff is engaged in an ongoing whistleblower lawsuit. The whistleblowers allege a pattern of bribery, pay-to-play politics, and general unethical conduct within the Bowser administration. They claim that attempts to expose these issues have been met with severe retaliation, including demotions, harassment, and wrongful termination. Many have succumbed to an oppressive climate of fear, choosing to quietly accept termination and remain silent rather than face possible more consequences and collateral damage. Key allegations include 1. Systemic corruption and unethical practices within D.C. government agencies. 2. Retaliation against employees who verbally report and whistleblowers who file complaints of wrongdoing. 3. An unwritten policy prohibiting government leadership from communicating with D.C. council members or other elected officials. 4. Failure of D.C. oversight agencies including the D.C. Office of Inspector General, D.C. Office of Attorney General, and D.C. Board of Ethics and Government Accountability to hold the Bowser administration accountable. 5. Inherent conflict of interest is undeniable and further fuels concerns about potential bias and raises questions about the effectiveness of oversight mechanisms. The whistleblowers argue that the current system lacks checks and balances, with the D.C. Attorney General's office facing an inherent conflict of interest by defending the D.C. mayor while simultaneously being tasked with protecting residents' interests. The whistleblowers believe that congressional oversight is their last recourse for accountability and change, citing the Home Rule Act of 1973, which grants Congress ultimate authority over D.C.'s local affairs. They point to a March 2022 request from Republican leaders on the House Committee on Oversight and Reform, urging the D.C. Office of the Inspector General to investigate allegations of Mayor Bowser and other D.C. officials using technology to circumvent public records laws as precedent for congressional involvement. The whistleblowers are urging the House Oversight Committee to investigate the following. 1. Exposure of systemic corruption, uncovering the root causes of the alleged misconduct. 2. Accountability for wrongdoers, holding those responsible for corruption and retaliation accountable for their actions. 3. Implementation of reforms, establishing clear and enforceable policies to promote transparency and ethical conduct within the district government. 4. Protection for whistleblowers, creating a safe and supportive environment for individuals who come forward to report wrongdoing. And 5. Public accountability and transparency, ensuring that the district government operates with integrity and serves the best interests of its citizens. Finally, these courageous whistleblowers, putting their careers and reputations at risk, believe a congressional investigation is the only path to restore transparency and public accountability in the D.C. government. Ensuring accountability is crucial for creating a responsible D.C. government that truly serves the people.